All right, time for Week 14 fantasy show, possibly the last one of the year, as we'll go over the playoff scenarios as well as look ahead at
Whoa,
the
we need the
final week.
superlative one.
At the final week, I don't know what you mean by that. You'll have to let me know on that.
Like when you had the words like best friendship or whatever last year.
We didn't do that last year. We did that the year
We
before.
didn't?
Nope.
We should do that.
All right. Anyways, looking real quickly at what happened last week in week 13. Tyler, pretty standard, pretty expected, beat my shit team to move to 10 and 3. He held on for 126 to 108 victory. Obviously, the big thing for Tyler was his defense, getting 31 huge points on the Cleveland Browns. And Lamar Jackson getting hurt gave me a slim chance until the defense popped off to make up the difference. So GG's to Tyler, solid performance. His wide receivers really popped off as well. On my side, had some decent performances from a couple guys, but not good enough overall, as Hayden Hurst also got injured on my side. So GG's to him. We'll see what he does moving forward, as he currently has the bye, but he's still in that tight race with Cheese for that all-important bye. So we'll see what he does with waivers tomorrow to solve his quarterback situation, as he does not have a quarterback on his bench. So he'll have to figure that out, as Lamar's
Faker
out for a couple
Gayfield.
weeks.
Get
Tom
him in
Brady is
there.
on the
Faker
back.
We'll see
On
who
the
he
block.
picks up.
Cheat.
All
Under
right, moving
or
on
Tyler.
to the second matchup of last week. We had Pook versus
154.
Bill, and Pook once again establishing his dominance over Bill with a
Fuck yourself,
big
Pook. Fuck
Yeah,
154
yourself.
fuck you,
to
Bill.
121 victory over
Fuck
Bill
yourself,
to
Pook.
dimmer his playoff
Go on,
hopes.
Pook. Go
Due
on, Pook.
to Ernie losing as well, Bill is
Do it.
still in
Oh, I
that
saw the team name
seventh
just now.
seed.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Yeah,
Fucking
Bill is
creeper.
still in that seventh seed at the moment at 6 and 7. But if he could have somehow
uh,
beat Pook, it would have been a lot better for Bill. But he still has a chance. Pook moves to 8 and 5 and clinches his playoff spot. So GG's to Pook,
that's
as
why
he
the
gets
X is there.
a big, solid performance from his team. Everyone pretty much popped off. He traded for the Chiefs stack during the week, and Mahomes and Kelsey. They didn't do that
Kinda,
great,
yeah, kinda do
but
anything.
everybody else on Pook's team did pretty well, except George Pickens. Bill and Pook were
He should have
debating all
he
week
should have gotten
on the
targeted more.
Steelers, and I don't think Deontay didn't do anything either. I don't believe, did he?
Deontay had 11 points,
He
but
always
nothing
has
like
11
amazing.
points.
Yeah,
That's
nothing
always what he
amazing.
gets. So, on Bill's side, solid team performance. Had a couple disappointments. Derrick Henry only had 5.8. That's rough. Other than that, he finally started Garrett Wilson and had another good game for him. So we'll see. Bill gets a couple player
Fucking
back in Jamison Williams. We'll see if that helps him at all for the playoffs, as he could
Devontae gave
use
me a
that wide
fucking heart
receiver.
attack in the late games.
Yes, yeah. So we'll see what happens with Bill as he goes into the final week needing a
oh,
victory to secure the playoffs.
here
Moving
comes
on
something.
to the next one, we had a heartbreaking loss for Zombie, as Zombie a few weeks ago said his season started now, and since then I believe he's went like 1 and 2 since determining that his season started. So rough. Zombie falls to 5 and 8 in serious danger now of missing the playoffs. He does have a slim hope that we will talk about
He's
in a
out.
minute, but it is very, very far-fetched and very, very low
Unlikely.
chance of happening. Meanwhile, Hunter with the win, big win for him, so locks up his
Clinches it.
playoff spot at 8 and 5 as well. So GG's once again back-to-back very good years for Hunter. Last year he was the number 2 seed record-wise, and now this year gets back into the playoffs, probably looking at a 4 or 5 seed most likely for him. So GG's to Hunter. Moving on to the next one, we had Slaps picking up a big
Ooh.
victory over Zach, as Slaps' team come alive when he needed it most. 141 to 110, moves to 7 and 6. All pretty much secures a playoff spot. Not totally yet, but it's going to take a wild scenario for him to miss the playoffs, as he benefits from Ernie and Pussy playing each other in the final week. That matchup there is going to help him pretty much get into the playoffs. So GG's that. Zach falls to 3 and 10, but still one game ahead of me for the worst record and having to pay the shipping for the trophy. So Zach's looking pretty good to avoid that last place. Moving on, we had Matt versus Pussy in a low scoring affair. Matt, his team just keeps picking up wins somehow, with despite not scoring many fantasy points. 93 to 51. Pussy was on that new record watch for a little bit there, as he just barely breaks Zombie's earlier set record this year to stave off not having the lowest points ever in a week record. Rough one as he started Deshaun Watson after trading away who did he trade away again? The Chiefs? No, the
Eagles.
Eagles. He had Hurts. He traded Hurts
Get that
away to
Eagle
play
profile picture
Watson
out.
and used Watson, and he did not look good. So that could be, I mean, his playoff hopes are gonna basically ride on if Watson can do anything, as well as Kenneth Walker got hurt and was out for the rest of the game. So if he can't play,
I'm disappointed in that.
that's going to hurt his chances as well, no longer having that Eagle stack to carry him. So that's a big question marks for Pussy. He has not locked up a playoff spot yet at 7-6, and his points for is not good compared to the teams chasing him. So he's going to need a win this week against Ernie. As we'll talk about. And the final matchup of the week in a very, very close affair that came down to last night's game between Mike Evans and Chris Olave. Cheese picks up the smallest of victories, 121.44 to 121, to keep pace with Tyler and have still a chance for that bye going into the final week of the season. Ernie needed that win badly, didn't get it, so now he's 6-7 and will go into a all big time showdown against Pussy for his playoff lives in week 14. Cheese, would you like to make any comments on that close victory
all I
over
want to
Ernie?
say is that the Ravens sold, and if I had started San Francisco defense, this would be not that close. I don't know how
you didn't, so it was
Yeah, but
close.
you were never going to.
But going forward, I know I was super hype. And then Russell Wilson, he didn't really cook, but neither did the Ravens. So.
Any worry at all about the guy you were trying so hard to get, Brandon Ayuk? With a third string, Mr. Irrelevant quarterback.
I'm not worried. Purdy looked basically like Jimmy G light. I'm not worried. They look basically the same.
Okay.
Debo had 10 targets. Ayuk had what, 2?
No, Ayuk had a lot of targets.
I don't think so.
Golfer, how many targets did Ayuk have?
Let's see. How many did Ayuk get?
I thought it was solid.
Where the fuck is this? He had
9 targets.
5 receptions on 9 targets.
Not bad.
Yeah, I'm not worried. And he'll get in the end zone again.
You got to get more than 9 points when you get 9 targets. So we'll see.
We have a full house.
We have a big full house.
I'll be here for 5 minutes.
Well, that isn't a long time.
Wait. Show Pusa my new team name on.
That's a long
time. Do not show Pusa the team name.
Would you like to make any comments on barely squeaking by Zombies' lowest points scored ever record, and what the hell happened to your team this past week?
I don't know.
Okay.
My team is for sale. No
one wants that shit team.
2 days. You have 2 days to work out a deal. As the trade deadline's at 12 o'clock on Wednesday.
Pusa, what do you want for Kenneth Walker?
You can discuss this later. We're not doing trading.
We're in the middle of the show.
Okay.
Any comment on trading away your Eagle stack for gambling on Deshaun Watson?
That's just so bad. I don't know why I ever did that.
What did you trade?
Pure shit.
He traded away his Eagle stack and believed in Deshaun Watson. Dude.
Anyway, this week is really, really important.
We're about to get into it. Yes, we are about to get into it.
Not only because of the playoff implications, but because
I
have a $100 bet with Ernie.
Oh, yes.
Finishes higher in the
we will get into that in 1 second. But first, before we get into the matchups, let's take a quick gander at what everybody needs that is involved in the races. Wow, he already left? Jesus.
He said he was only here for like 5 minutes.
I wanted his predictions. Jesus. Okay, anyways, let's start with the all-inclusive bye. Now, there is a few very, very odd scenarios in a few people's cases that are not included on this list because I'm not including things that need 200 plus points to happen for some of these playoff teams. So basically, the easiest way Tyler gets the 1 seed is he wins against Bill and either Cheese loses, or if Cheese wins, he keeps his points for advantage of 69.2 points over Cheese. So that is the easiest way. If he loses, then he needs Cheese to lose and, like we said, keep his points advantage, and he secures the bye, which he desperately needs looking at his team going forward with possible quarterback issues. Vice versa for Cheese, he needs to win against Zach and Tyler lose for Cheese to secure the bye, or they both win or lose and Cheese makes up the 69-point advantage, which is possible if Tyler's team lays an egg and Cheese's team pops off. 69 points is a big margin, but it's not impossible in a week. So yeah, he'll be rooting for Bill to pull that upset. Looking forward at Slaps, we said he's almost all but guaranteed to make the playoffs. Obviously, the easiest way for him to make it is he just wins against Hunter and he's in. Also, if he gets a loss by Bill or Ernie, he would get in. He also could get in if he keeps his points for lead over Bill or Ernie. Bill's is obviously a lot closer. Ernie, he's had a bigger lead. Also,
Come on,
Ernie
Slaps.
Slaps
Knock Bill out.
benefits from Ernie playing Pussy because one of them's going to lose. So that means if Pussy loses and Slaps keeps his points for lead of 171 points,
Well-
he would still get in that spot over Pussy.
Golfer, what
because they're
happens if
both
Ernie
7
and Pusa
6.
tie?
Ooh,
Ooh.
if they tie, that would,
I go through.
I mean, that would give Pussy.
Well, if they tie and Slaps loses.
I go through because I've got
Well-
a higher win.
Well,
more
he would
wins
still
than
have a
Ernie.
better record than Ernie, so he would still get in ahead of Ernie.
Okay.
He wouldn't
Well,
get
wait,
ahead.
how
He
many-
wouldn't get in ahead of Pussy, but he would get in ahead of Ernie, who Ernie right now is on the outside
So
looking
wait,
in.
so what if Bill
Bill has
Oh,
the
Bill
last
or
spot at the
Ernie have-
moment. Yes. He just
Okay.
needs one of them to lose because at the
okay,
moment
he only needs one to
one of
lose.
them is out and the other one is in, and him and Pussy are both
Mhm.
in. So they're chasing. They're basically just chasing. One person is going to be out of those 4, unless Matt pulls off his crazy scenario that he needs to happen. But his points are so crazy, he needs a big scenario. So Slaps almost guaranteed to be in. Basically, the only way Slaps doesn't get in is if Pussy pops off and outgains him by 171 points, and
After
Bill and
that 51 point
and
performance.
Bill and Ernie both win. And Bill and Ernie also gain the points for advantage over Slaps. All those things have to happen for Slaps to be out of the playoffs, basically. Moving on to Pussy. He needs a win desperately against Ernie, or he needs a loss by Bill. If he gets a loss by Bill, then but loses to Ernie, he would still have a better record than Bill and get in the final spot. Or he needs to outscore Bill by 147 points. So that's not probably going to happen. So he needs either Bill to lose or he needs to win. Easiest thing would be him just beating Ernie to get in. Or he needs Slaps to lose and then Pussy has to outscore Slaps by that 171 points. So that last scenario, very unlikely. He needs one of those first two to happen mainly. So either he needs Bill to lose or he needs to win to get in a spot. Moving on to Bill, he needs a win against Tyler, and that pretty much will secure a spot for him as he has a big points for advantage over the other 6 and 7 teams at being in the last spot. Or he needs a loss by Ernie and Matt, and then he keeps his points for advantage over Ernie by 49.78 points. So basically, he needs the reason he only needs a win is because if he wins against Tyler, Pussy and Ernie, one of them's guaranteed to lose, and he has a higher points for than both of them. So with let's say Pussy loses and Ernie wins. Well, Ernie would be tied on record with Bill because Bill won, and they would also be untied on record with Pussy. They would all be 7 and 7. And Bill has like over 100-point lead over Pussy.
I haven't been listening for the past 5 minutes.
That's fine. You don't need to. You're out of it. Doesn't matter.
I know.
I'm waiting for the
people
Why are
are.
you even here?
I'm waiting for the zombie scenario.
Looking at Ernie. Ernie
Fuck
needs
you, Cheese.
Ernie needs a big win against Pussy to lock up his spot. If he doesn't beat Pussy,
Got
he
worried.
needs Bill and Matt to both lose, and he has to make up the points for on Bill. That is 49-point deficit. To make it as a tiebreaker over them two. They're all 6 and 7. So if Ernie loses, Bill loses, and Matt loses, they'd all be 6 and 8. But Ernie right now has a deficit of 49, so he would have to catch Bill to overtake him for the
Here
final
comes
spot.
zombies.
Looking at this is Matt
Oh,
first,
Matt.
sorry. Matt also has pretty outrageous chance, but it
Oh,
is a slim
shit.
chance. His points for is dreadful. Worst in the league, so that doesn't help him. So he needs to beat me first of all. He needs Bill and Ernie to both lose, and he needs that's what he needs. That's the easiest way for him. He wins, Ernie and Bill both lose. He would jump both of them by record, and the points for wouldn't matter.
Ooh.
For the points for to matter, he needs to win against me. He needs Pussy and Bill to both lose, and then he needs to make up 167.8 points on Pussy. He has no chance of making up the points on Bill and Ernie. That's why I didn't put it there because they
How
both
many
are
points
like
would he
over
need to make up
200,
on Bill?
like 200 and some. I don't know. You can look. I think Bill
It's
has like
doable.
15. I think Bill has like 1555 or something, and Matt
Oh,
is
that's
like
like
in
Doable, I
1200.
agree.
That's
So
like 300. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
so he has. That's why it's not even included on here for
Here we
Ernie and him,
go
because
for the
the
impossible
closest
odds.
person is Pussy. So if he's not going to get the losses from Bill and Ernie, then he needs the losses by Bill and Pussy, and then has to gain. So obviously the first scenario is way more likely than the second scenario. So Matt needs to be rooting for Tyler and Pussy to get the job done, and then he has to beat me, and he could make it in somehow with that crazy team. And then obviously the last person with a slim chance would be Zombie. His chance is almost impossible as he needs to win against Pook. He needs Ernie, Bill, and Matt to all lose.
Nope.
And then he needs Zombie to outscore Ernie by 99 points and Bill by 149.46.
Zombie
And
has a
he would
better
get
chance
in
of getting a
on
job.
points for tiebreaker over
Be
those
real here.
Ernie and Bill.
Let's
So
go.
good luck,
Oh,
Zombie,
season-
on
this
getting all
season
those
is over,
losses.
buddy.
Never
You need to
happening.
score about 200 and some points, and
How does
hope
Zach make the
Bill
playoffs?
scores like 70 some to have a chance, basically. So good luck with that stuff. Then real quick, looking at the last place scenarios, as there is a slim chance that I could avoid it,
Go,
but it is
Zach.
slim. Zach, to avoid the last place punishment, he just needs to win against Cheese, or a loss by me, or if we both win, or if he loses and I win, then he has to just keep his points for advantage of 30 points over me. Vice versa, I need to win against Matt. I need Zach to lose, and then I need to outscore Zach by 30 points if I'm going to jump him for the last place scenario. Zach, did you hear that? That was the part you should have paid attention to.
I already know.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So with all those scenarios, looking at this upcoming week's games, this is where we can get the predictions from
You're
everyone,
actually
including our
cooked.
special guest, Fake Rat. He can make
What
some
it
predictions on who
do,
he thinks is
Chloe?
going to win in these matchups,
Kill
as
yourself.
well as at the end, we will see who's going to make the playoffs. Looking real quick at this first game, obviously it's important for Matt to win and then get some help from some other people. So he's got to start by winning. Did he set his lineup? No, he doesn't have he doesn't have a defense in there, but
He said,
okay.
yeah.
So obviously it's going to be a low-scoring affair, as our two teams are the worst in the league points for-wise. So no surprise that it's a low-scoring projection right now. Projected 104 to 94. Once he gets a defense in there, it'd be even closer. In our previous matchup this year, Matt snuck out a 95 to 97 victory. We could see a very similar score line this week, as neither of our teams have gotten much better. I have Geno Smith against Carolina, Jeff Wilson against the Chargers, Miles Sanders against the Giants, DJ Moore against Seattle, CeeDee Lamb against Houston. Have to play Trey McBride against the Patriots, Foreman against Seattle, and the Cowboys against Houston. On Matt's side, he's got Derek Carr against the Rams, Singletary against the Jets, Pierce against the Cowboys, Mike Williams against Minnesota, T. Higgins against Cleveland, Everett against Miami, and Thielen against Detroit, and we'll see what defense he goes with. Obviously, I'll just pick myself just because it's myself, and I'm not going to pick myself to lose. Obviously, I have a slim chance to avoid last place if I can get this win, so it'd be nice if my team performed and outscored Zach somehow, and then get some help from Cheese just to avoid the shipping cost. We'll see. Let's see. Cheese, who's winning
I
this
want
matchup?
Zach to play the shipping cost, so I think you're gonna
Oh,
win.
GG Cheese, you
Whoa.
won.
And
thank you.
you also have some
Hostile.
actually good matchups. So
A couple,
GG,
but then I
Cheese,
also
you
have some
won,
shit
buddy.
players.
yeah, but
so-
CD versus Houston,
Okay.
easy,
And the
GG,
Cowboys'
Cheese.
defense against Houston could be. Okay.
easy.
Okay. Let's see here. Pook, who's winning?
I think you're going to win.
Okay.
Zach, can you set your lineup, please? Thank you.
What's
let's
wrong with
see. Zombie.
What do you mean? What's wrong with it?
Jesus, this matchup is more irrelevant than
GG.
Mr. Irrelevant for the 49ers.
Rock Prudy.
So is
Okay.
our matchup.
Yeah,
So are
who's winning?
you, fucking Mr. Relevant.
I got Golfer winning.
Okay. Slaps.
Golfer.
Jesus. You do realize my team is 2-11, right? Like.
Yeah, but you still have more points for than Matt.
That is true. That is true. And if I had Matt's record or season, I would be like 6-7 or 6-6.
I can pull that up.
We
I
don't
have
need you to
Matt
pull it.
winning because
Okay.
all these players are not coming from the bench, unlike Ronaldo. All these players actually
Oh.
to play, and
Okay,
hopefully they
okay, I
can
like it.
push out a win for Matt.
Okay. Good shots
So
there.
we'll
Good shots
see what
there.
happens.
All right. Who didn't
See
I
what
call on
happens.
already?
Zombie.
Zach. or Zombie.
What?
Zombie
I
Rage.
No, I already called him
literally-
Zombie.
Oh.
Zach.
You didn't call on me, buddy.
Yeah, Zach.
Ty.
Tie. All right. Interesting. All right,
How
moving
much does the
on.
shipping cost?
It's whoever wins. We
depends.
have to see
Yeah.
how much it costs. Obviously, if Slaps wins, it's going to be a hell of
If
a lot.
Ernie-
money.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
going to go
If-
from California to Scotland, so that shit's not going to
Technically,
be
if
cheap.
Ernie wins, it's only the cost of gas. Zombie could drive it down to Ernie.
Facts. I like that idea.
That's-
If I am in
Zombie's
last
gotta
place,
leave the head
Zombie, you will
first.
be driving.
Yeah,
it
but
just to get
Zombie's
you out
not-
of the house.
Zombie's not leaving
Get
his
you out of
house.
the house. No, he'll get out. He'll be leaving out of the house.
Let me go.
Alright.
Let me predict the next matchup first.
All right.
I got this. I got the
Okay.
next.
All right, we have Zombie.
Look at that
versus
team
Pook.
name.
Doing it for
Doing
Chloe.
it
Fuck
for
off.
Chloe.
Fuck
oh
off.
My God, we have
I love
thrown.
it.
We haven't put in team names like this since since Zach used to put in Matt's ex's.
What
as
was
his
her
team
name?
Jesus.
Oh,
Oh God.
Zach, go
What's the
ahead.
team
All
name?
right, Zombie obviously desperately needs a win against Pook.
Haley. Haley.
Pook could finish off his season, which I'm sure Pook would take great pride in beating Zombie and ending his playoff hopes once and for all, the slim hope he does have. Zombie has Dak Prescott against Houston, decent. Eckler against Miami, Joe Mixon as long as he plays against Cleveland. If not, he's got P. Ryan. Jacoby Myers against Arizona. Christian Kirk against Tennessee. Higbee against the Raiders. And Donovan Peoples-Jones, the great Donovan Peoples-Jones against Cincinnati. And the Jets against Buffalo. Ooh, okay, interesting. On Pook's side, he has the Mahomes against Denver. McCaffrey against Tampa Bay. Pollard against Houston. Amon-Ra against Minnesota. Demarcus Robinson against Pittsburgh, Travis Kelce against Denver, Marquise Brown back in the lineup after his injury against New England, and the Eagles defense against the Giants. Obviously in the week 3 matchup, Pook blew out Zombie 152 to 111. I am going to predict not that big of a blowout this time around, but I do think Pook gets the victory. I think his team is just better overall than Zombie's. All right, Zach, who are you picking? Tie. Another tie. Okay. So you did all that just for the tie. Fake rat.
I think I'm gonna go with the Temple Girl, Chloe, because
yourself.
Zombie does
Kill
have
yourself.
CTE.
Kill yourself.
Because you should have, you should have seen Zombie's team back then. It was good. So I do
Uh-huh.
think he has CTE and he's collapsing
Rat, shut the fuck up,
and
you
he's
FFF.
officially done. But
Okay.
then
All right.
Temple,
Cheese.
Tease for Temple.
Zombie,
Cheese.
Temple.
zombie revenge game.
Wow. You think
Whoa.
Zombie's gonna pull off the
Just
upset?
because I have to.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You hear
Slaps.
this?
CMC is gonna get foot CTE. You're done. Cook.
Okay.
You're done.
Jesus.
All right. Zombie, are
Chloe's
you
gonna
gonna
get
pull
an
this upset
FCTE.
off to end your season off right, or are you losing to Pook?
What it do, Chloe?
If I beat Pook, my season is a success.
No, it's not.
Jesus.
Okay. That sounds like a man that's hopes are all done for an
That's some
actual good
insane
season,
copium.
so-
Zombie had to go all year without a job and not be able to
Okay.
make the playoffs.
I mean, he
in
is the
fantasy football.
back-to-back champion, Fake Rat. Let's just
Oh my
put a
God!
little
Back to
respect
back
on his
to
name.
back.
Yes.
And still
Wait,
doesn't
what will
have a
happen to
job.
that is only source of
Yes.
income?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's a
no.
good question. Zombie, you gonna finally get a
Zombie,
job
we
now that
need,
you're not winning the
comments
$1,000?
on
I'm gonna
that?
hit up your sister for some fucking money, pussy.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
You
Zombie.
think an artist has any money, dumbass?
I mean, you can get it from her dad,
Do you
right?
just self roast your sister?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
I'm allowed to do that. You guys aren't.
Okay.
What it
All
do,
right. All right, Pook,
baby?
are you ending off Zombie once and for all to
I
get some
want
revenge
to-
from
I
losing to
want
him in the
to-
finals?
Apologize to the Corrales family for ruining their only Christmas gifts they get.
This
year.
Whoa.
And I am doing it for Chloe.
Kill yourself.
and-
Kill
Go
yourself.
Temple.
Kill yourself.
Okay. Wow.
He's for
Interesting.
Temple.
All right. Moving
And if you
on.
want her Snapchat, hit me up.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's an
whoa.
invasion of privacy.
All right, moving on to the next matchup. We have Bill, who desperately needs a win, facing Tyler, who also needs a win to secure the bye. So a big matchup here. Right now, Bill is projected to be a big winner, 124 to 84. Obviously, Tyler has a 0 for his quarterback because Lamar is out. So we'll see who he picks up tomorrow off of the waivers. Bill has Josh Allen against the Jets. Saquon against Philly. Derrick Henry looking for a bounce back game against Jacksonville. Garrett Wilson against Buffalo. Devontae Adams against the Rams. Dalton Schultz against Houston. Deontay Johnson he has in the lineup against Baltimore. Interesting. And the Chiefs against Denver. On Tyler's side, we'll see who he gets at quarterback. Najee Harris against Baltimore. Latavius Murray against Kansas City. Tyler Lockett, who went off last week against Carolina. Decent matchup there. Debo against Tampa Bay. George Kittle against Tampa Bay. So we'll see how his 49ers duo does with Brock Purdy in his second game. Leonard Fournette, who looked okay last night, playing San Fran though, and the Seattle defense against Carolina. I think there's too many question marks on Tyler's team, and I think Bill's team is just better right now on paper. Obviously, Tyler won in week 3 barely. I think it's going to be a higher score than that for Bill. I don't know about for Tyler, though. I could see him scoring around 109 again with no quarterback. So I'm going to take Bill to get a pretty sizable victory over Tyler in this one.
Let me go first.
Pook.
Wow.
Zach, you can go.
Oh, I thought that was Pook that said let me go first. All right, go ahead, Zach.
Tie.
Oh my god.
Tie. Are all these just going to be ties, Zach? Okay.
No.
All right, Pook.
Bill's gonna win.
Okay.
Easily. As much as I don't want him to win.
Uh-huh. He's going to win. All right. Fake rat.
I think Tyler will win because Barkley is going to suck against the Eagles, and Derrick Henry's going to have back-to-back awful weeks.
Ooh,
Doesn't Derrick Henry
Bold
always like put
statement
up
there.
40 against the
Buddy,
Jaguars?
we'll see what
bold
happens.
statement there.
Bold
Okay.
statement.
So Tyler's picking up the
Sorry,
win.
Bill.
All right.
You're calling out.
Cheese.
I need Bill to come in the clutch.
Yeah.
So and
Okay.
Tyler's quarterback options are very, very
I mean, you
slim.
really just need Tyler to score low, and then your team to do really good, and then it doesn't really matter if he wins as long as you win. So.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier if Bill wins. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
and you know
All right. Slaps.
This will be the biggest score difference for the week, and
Biggest
Bill will
blowout.
win.
slaps.
Wow.
You haven't seen me and
Okay.
Zach's matchup, so
Interesting.
I would wait
Interesting.
on that.
All right. Zombie.
Bill.
Bill. Okay. All right, fair enough. Moving on to the next one, we have Hunter versus Slaps, 8-5 versus 7-6. Like we said, both these teams should most likely be in the playoffs, so it's not as big of a matchup. Although seeding purposes, it does make a little bit of a difference.
Not really.
Hunter.
Literally, if I lose, I stay in the same position basically. If I win,
Well,
I
not
move
a pussy.
to I
not
move
a pussy
to 4.
wins. Pussy would jump you by record if you lost.
Pussy's not winning. Come on.
Okay. Wow. All right. Hunter did win back in week 3. Another pathetic scoreline, 106 to 898. So surely this will be a higher score this time around. Slaps predicted for
Holy
128.
shit, your team's slow.
Has Hurts against the Giants, Nick Chubb against Cincinnati, Travis Etienne against Tennessee, Jamar Chase against Cleveland, A.J. Brown against the Giants, Mark Andrews against Pittsburgh, DK Metcalf against Carolina, and the Giants defense against Philly. Interesting.
That's getting changed.
I was
Well,
going to say, no way you're
yeah.
starting your Eagles
Yeah, of
stack
course
and
not.
then playing a different team. Hunter has Tua against the Chargers, who have been looking ass on defense. James Conner against the Patriots. Josh Jacobs, who's been popping off recently against the Rams. Tyreek Hill against the Chargers. Amari Cooper against Cincinnati. TJ Hawkinson against Detroit should be decent as he faces his old team. Juju against Denver, and the Vikings defense against Detroit. And he's got to pick up a kicker, so it'll be even closer when he picks up the kicker. I think Slaps' team on paper is better. I like some of the moves Slaps has done. He has a very good, from his quarterback all the way down to his flexes, all pretty stacked. Hunter's team's been popping off recently, but I think Hunter's team is going to cool off as some of his players I don't think are going to continue to do what they've done recently. So I'm going to take Slaps to win in a pretty comfortable scoreline. Let's see, Zach, you're taking a tie.
Who's playing?
Slaps and Hunter.
1 point lead.
Tie.
Oh my
Okay.
god, why do we let Zach in here?
I figured that much. Hey, I mean, he at least he's in here. Usually, if you're in
True.
second to last place and out of the playoffs, you wouldn't even be here. All right, Cheese, who's winning?
I really like Hunter's matchups this week.
Okay.
And the Browns always, for some reason, make Cincinnati not do well. So I'm going to go with Hunter.
Whoa.
Okay, interesting. Pook.
I am going with Hunter.
Hunter. Wow, okay. Fake rat.
I am going with Slaps because he showed Zombie how to make trades,
Ooh,
and he's
should
going
I
to win by
break
a
a
comfortable
signing?
30 plus.
Should I break a signing?
Go
We
on.
don't
On the
give
show?
a fuck.
MLB signing
Dude,
Taiwan
on
Walker.
this show.
No,
Taiwan Walker to
no.
the Phillies.
Okay, no one gives
No,
a
Not
Taiwan
even
Walker to the
Taiwan. Nobody
Phillies.
cares about Taiwan.
We don't fucking care.
I care about
Jesus.
Zach.
I
Taiwan
don't even
Walker.
care about
Fucking
Taiwan
Texas
Walker.
Rangers.
I heard the Phillies.
Zach, your
The only
Nationals
one
are
we
in the
cared
draft
about,
lottery.
damn. The only one we would have cared about in this live show would have been DeGrom going to the
I
I
Rangers.
think
Okay.
Zombie.
That would have been
I
great to have
think
recorded
Slaps
live.
wins by 30. At least.
30. Wow. Okay.
What the
Go
fuck?
on, lad.
Interesting.
Buddy, We're going
Zombie.
big boys.
Hunter.
Hunter. Wow. Okay. And Slaps, are you taking this one home or what? Yeah.
The
All right.
revenge game.
Okay. Wow. All right,
on,
and
Slaps.
then the next one, as Cheese already alluded to,
Oh my
against
word.
Zach. Right now, it's predicted to be 108 to
This is
69.
not the time.
Though Zach still needs to make a move after waivers clear tomorrow because I don't believe he has a second running back, so he'll do that. Week 3, very close matchup, 118 to 114. Cheese snuck out the victory, so Cheese is going for the season sweep. He has Burrow against Cleveland, Gus Edwards
Not for long.
against Pittsburgh, okay. Zeke against Houston, Stephon Diggs against the Jets, Mike Evans against San Fran, Pat Freiermuth against Baltimore, and Ayuk against Tampa Bay, and the 49ers defense against Tampa Bay. On Zach's side, he's going to have Jared Goff against, well, did you update this yet, Zach? Because isn't your quarterback back? Didn't you have a different quarterback?
He has
Kyler.
Kyler.
Murray. Let me check real
Okay,
quick.
so Kyler Murray will probably be in
And
there.
DeAndre
So
Hopkins.
Goff.
Ooh,
Hopkins back
ooh.
in. So he'll go with Smith, Godwin, and Hopkins, I'm assuming, is his wide receiver and flex. He's going to
Nice.
have to put Ronnie Rivers in at running back for one of his running backs, and then he'll need
Unless
to pick
he's
up.
inactive.
Yes, unless he's inactive, that is correct. So he's either picking up one or two running backs off the free agent market, and the last I checked, there ain't that much on the free agent market running backs.
all
So
good.
James Cook.
make sure you do that, Zach, tomorrow after the waivers clear. And then he's going to have to, does he have another defense? Nope. So you're going to have to get a defense off the waivers after waivers clears as well,
Oh,
Zach.
Can
So
I
make
take
sure you
first
do
on
those
this one?
moves. Yes, go
No.
ahead, Slaps.
I would like to change my previous statement.
I told you.
Okay.
It will not be the biggest margin. This right here
wow.
will be the biggest margin.
Freest
Okay.
win ever.
Okay. All right. I would tend to agree. I do think she's going to win. I just hope Zach scores a small amount of points. That way I could catch him on the points.
Buddy,
and
I'm hitting
hopefully
100
get a win.
points.
Okay. I hope you don't. I hope you don't. I mean, this has a chance, this starting lineup, for that 50-point territory to maybe break
Yeah,
Zombie's record.
yeah.
If things don't go Zach's way with his wide receivers doing good, there's a chance. All right, Zombie, who's winning?
Whoa.
What? You go last.
My buddy Zach.
Wow, your buddy Zach is winning.
Okay, there's a reason Zombie's team sucks
Interesting.
this year.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Pook.
As much as I want Zach to pull off the upset, I don't think it's possible.
Okay. Fake rat.
I think Zach will win. I think
Wow.
his team's ready for the collapse, and he is going to lose his first round of the playoffs.
Oh.
Okay, so
Y'all are
he
a
doesn't
bunch
get the
of
bye by
haters.
losing this week.
I mean,
and then
anyone could
gets
tell you
out
that Cheese
randomly?
is losing in the first round of his playoffs.
This is
Hmm.
true.
No
Okay,
shock, 'cause I'm
interesting.
getting the bye, dumbasses. Come on.
Your
Your
first round of the
first
playoffs.
round, you
Can you
fucking
listen?
Right.
idiot.
Why do you guys
So
hate my
Cheese-
team? So disrespectful.
So
Fucking
Cheese.
trash.
So Cheese, you're winning. You're gaining
Getting
the
lucky.
points.
Look,
Tyler, because Tyler's
look,
losing. You're getting the bye, I
I-
assume.
I am picking up a different running back off waiver wires with my.
Nobody cares.
Shut the fuck up.
He does get the bye, like.
Let me fucking
I-
talk.
Wait, Zach has a good team and better matches.
No, it doesn't.
Okay?
No,
Wait,
he
why are you
doesn't.
picking up a running back?
Because I don't want to start Gus.
Okay, so you'd rather start someone off waivers?
Yes, I would, and I have a certain person in mind.
How
But it
much
doesn't
fab
really
do you
matter.
have?
I'm
DJ
not.
Dallas.
Oh my! If you do this, Pook, I'll fucking murder you. Come on.
Oh.
Whoa!
I'm aggressive
What?
because of all this
I
sister
just,
FBI,
I
doxing.
just
FBI, we have
asked
this
you
on
how
recording.
much fab you
Now-
have.
Pook ends up dead tomorrow. We know.
Yeah,
who it was.
yeah, it was my sister macing him in the face. Look, I feel confident. 49ers defense versus Tampa. That's like a guaranteed 2 interceptions. Even if Mike Evans does well,
Wow,
So-
you disrespected
You're
the
saying
goat.
Tom Brady's gonna throw 2 interceptions?
he's a bum. We saw. We all watched that game on Monday. And Zeke versus Houston. That's free garbage time points. I'm not worried.
Mike
Oh, my
Okay.
last matchup's the
Cheese go
favorite.
Mike Boone.
All right,
Zach,
and the
where's your-
final
I don't want Mike
matchup of the
Boone.
week, we
Wait,
saved
whoa.
the.
Wow, I didn't get to
what?
You
predict.
skipped
Oh yeah,
Zach.
sorry, Zach. Go ahead.
Yeah, Zach, let's hear it, bud.
How are
GG,
you
you
winning
won.
this week, Zach?
Thank
I'm
Please.
not.
you. Thank
Jesus
Okay.
you.
fucking
Okay.
me. Jesus
Thank
fucking
you.
me. There's no fucking way
There's
I
no
win.
hope at all, right?
There's no hope for a
possible way.
tie. No, not even
No
hope for a
possible way.
tie.
Zach might
Okay.
break
No.
Zombie's record, the
Okay.
all-time low points.
Cheese. GG, you won.
There it is.
I
There it
I
is.
will. I
Okay.
call first on this one because I have my
Okay.
top 3
The
predictions.
biggest, like we said, the best matchup saved for last, the biggest one of the week. Win and you're in
Oh shit.
between Ernie and Pussy. Right now, Pussy 7 and 6, clinging on to a victory. Ernie 6 and 7. As we said, whoever wins this victory is going to get into the playoffs. The loser is in serious trouble and will need some help. So it is the biggest and biggest stakes on the line here. Pussy has missed the playoffs the last 2 years. So he's trying to break that streak, and if he chokes this after being in a decent position a few weeks ago to make the playoffs, this would be just like last year all over again. Ernie, on the other hand, made the playoffs last year, looking to get back in after being on the edge the last few weeks. So huge one. Right now, ESPN has it 112 to 103, so a close matchup. Ernie won in week 3, 118 to 113, so a
shit.
close affair. Pussy has Kirk Cousins against Detroit as he's not starting Deshaun Watson. So interesting
changed
move
it.
there. He's
Oh
seen
my
1
God.
week of Deshaun Watson and said, I'm not
Jesus.
starting him. Watch Deshaun Watson this week pop off for a bunch of points, and Pussy's going to be kicking it. I could just see it happening right now. Deshaun Watson looks better after 1 week of play. But he's playing Kirk Cousins against Detroit, so a decent matchup at least. Swift against Minnesota as well. Kenneth Walker, he needs him to play against Carolina. That's a decent matchup, and he needs him in there in this
If
all-important
Kenneth
week.
Walker's out, Pusa hit me up.
If he's out, who does he's got? He's probably going to go with both Detroit running backs again, Jamal, and to go with Swift, probably, I would
He
think.
has 3
Judy,
tight ends on his team. Oh,
Judy against Kansas City, who knows with that? Jalen Waddle against the Chargers, Dulcich against the Chiefs, Isaiah Pacheco. Well, I guess he could move Pacheco in for Walker and then use someone else in the flex, like Gabe Davis. Yeah, or Pittman. Oh, Pittman's on a bye. Yeah, so Gabe Davis. This is another option. And the Steelers against Baltimore with the backup quarterback could be decent. On Ernie's side, he has Herbert against Miami, Ramondre Stevenson against Arizona, Dalvin Cook against Detroit should be decent, Justin Jefferson against Detroit. So the only good thing for this, and this is something Pussy needs to think about. He's starting Kirk Cousins, but if he throws touchdowns to Cook or Jefferson, Ernie's gaining some points, just not as many as if he doesn't start him. So maybe he's just trying to negate some of the points from Justin Jefferson, possibly. Olave is on a bye, so Ernie will have to change that. He has who on the bench? Landry, Zay Jones, so probably Zay Jones against
He
Tennessee.
could start both Chargers boys.
I doubt that. He'll probably do Zay Jones. Tyler Conklin against Buffalo, Keenan Allen against Miami, and the Bills defense against the Jets. So interesting options there. He also needs to get a kicker as well, as his boy Young Koo is on a bye. So Ernie's got to make some moves that will raise his projected score a little bit and make this an even tighter matchup. All right. Who wanted to go first again?
I do.
Hey,
Let's
Krat.
go.
All important
All right.
matchup. I have a feeling I know where you're going, but go ahead.
Well, I gotta say that Pusa has Fly Eagles Fly as his name, and he has 0 Eagles on the team. So that's
He did.
interesting.
He traded away his
Yes, and he
Eagle
traded
stack
for a
this past
rapist.
week. Yeah.
But
He didn't
I'm
trade
gonna
he already
go-
had him.
He
He
had
already
him.
had him, so he just.
I'm gonna
traded
go
away.
with the obvious pick in Ernie, and I think Ernie will make it farther than she's in the playoffs.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay. Well,
Stop
one of them's
disrespecting me, you fucks.
one of them's probably not making the playoffs.
Well,
but
it's not
he'll make
Pusa.
it further, but okay. Interesting. All right. Let's see. Cheese. Who's winning?
Yeah, Ernie's getting the
Ernie,
revenge
wow.
game.
Okay. Well, it's not a revenge game. He won the last time.
From avenging his loss to me, he's gonna
Zach, we know
go
which one
and
you're
head
gonna
in
say.
strong into the playoffs.
Okay.
Although
Okay.
I'm sure Tyler is hoping that Pusa wins for a weaker
Yeah.
matchup, but Ernie got
Okay.
this. Ernie has this.
Well,
right.
geez, are you already saying you have the 1 seed locked up?
All I'm
Yeah.
saying is there's no shot I lose to Zach. It's all up to Bill now.
Yeah, this game
Cheese,
game
how
does
much are
have
you willing to put
implications for
down
you,
on that?
Cheese, if you're the 2 seed.
Well, if I'm the two, it's a win-win for me because if I'm the two, if Bill loses, then I don't face him as the 2 seed. So it's a win-win.
But you would still
Yeah,
face
but
him
there's
as
a way
6
Bill
seed.
could get the 6th seed.
It would be
Yeah, but
3 versus
someone
6
else,
and 2 versus
yeah,
7.
someone else would have to get someone else to
So
face
there's
him.
a way you could face one of these two teams.
Well, yeah, I'd rather
Possibly.
face Pusa. Team's
Yeah.
ass.
So okay.
Oh,
Ooh, what if we get
Alright.
Ernie versus Cheese?
Oh yeah, that's a possibility.
That would be a
round.
big
I
one.
think Ernie would beat Cheese.
I beat Cheese last.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I beat Ernie literally
You beat
yesterday.
yourself last time?
I did beat
Wow.
myself by not starting.
You
Alright,
beat him by
Slaps,
0.44.
who's
A
winning?
win's a win. A
Ernie
win's a
wins
win.
this one.
Ernie's winning?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the
Everyone's
first
saying
time.
Ernie, no surprise.
Zach, you know what to say.
I'm gonna take Ernie just because Pussy's too much of a pussy to man up and be in this party
Oh.
tonight to defend his team, or
Rude.
try to anyways, to give himself some hope. So I think he already knows deep down that he's gonna lose this week and be out. So I'm gonna take Ernie. Zombie, who's winning?
My boy Ernie.
Okay. Pook?
I think Ernie has this. Pusa, if you need a running back, hit me up.
Okay. And Zach, your boy Ernie or your boy Pussy?
My
Or tie?
heart is telling me one thing, but my brain is telling me
Oh wait, no.
another.
I'm changing mine to. I'm changing it. Zach, what are you gonna say?
Zach's
My
saying
heart
tie.
is telling me one thing, but my brain
Okay.
is telling me
And they're
another.
both a tie.
They're okay. And would you like to say what those are?
Going with a tie.
I agree with
You
Zach. It is
yourself
going to be
can
a tie.
decide whether that was my brain talking or my heart.
I think that's your
We're-
heart.
I think we.
I think every time you predict a tie, it's not with your brain, it's with your heart.
Whoa.
Okay. Okay.
Playoff
To
predictions. I'm ready.
wrap this final week up, looking at the standings, we are going
Whoa.
to make everyone can make a prediction on who is getting in the final spots.
Me
the
and Fake
playoffs.
Rat have an impromptu ranking show. No
Oh,
graphics
okay.
needed.
We'll get
Oh
to that
my
real
gosh.
quickly after
Okay.
this. So I will start. I said a
Okay,
few
great,
weeks ago when we made this prediction that I think Ernie was going to make the playoffs, so I'm going to stand by that. I think Ernie will make the playoffs. I think Bill will make the playoffs, and I think Pussy will be the odd man out. I think Ernie will jump in and Pussy will be out, just like I predicted a few weeks ago.
Fake Rat, yeah.
Cheese, who do you think's making
What?
it?
Look, I
Yeah.
think Bill making it.
Okay.
Pusa is going to get kicked out,
Okay.
and I think that's the only change that occurs.
Well, then you have to either bring in Ernie.
Oh wait,
or
sorry,
Matt.
it goes to 7. I'm going to
Or
bring in.
Zombie.
Matt can't get in if Bill wins, so I'm bringing in Ernie. Ernie and Bill.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. Pook.
My heart wants Bill to be knocked out, but my brain says it's going to be Pusa.
Okay. And Ernie's getting in.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone's agreement so far. And nobody's taken Matt on the crazy scenario yet. Okay. Fake Rat. Who do you think is making it?
I gotta stick with the Ernie and Bill situation here.
Okay. And Pussy's out. All right. Zombie. Are you gonna be
Not
dumb enough and
Zombie
say
himself.
yourself? Are you
Not
gonna be
Zombie
dumb enough and say
himself.
you get in, or?
Yeah, I get him.
He sounds so enthused.
Yeah.
Sounds so confident. there,
If
Zombie.
I hear Zombies in the playoffs next week, I might.
So that'd be the craziest shit ever if he somehow made it. Okay, and
Do we have our
Zach,
playoff predictions here?
or yeah, just
What?
save yours and we'll do you'll do your predictions. All right, go ahead, Zach, take it away.
Oh, with our impromptu rankings?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Pusa
Oh,
out, by
sorry,
the way.
slaps. You're saying Pussy and Ernie gets in.
Bill and Ernie again.
Okay,
Fake Rat, DM, motherfucker.
everybody's in agreement. No
Alrighty.
one thinks Pussy's gonna make it.
Right now.
All right, Zach,
Buddy.
hurry up.
Relax.
All right,
Yeah,
Fake Rat, are you
I
ready
like
to
that.
do this one with me?
Yes.
Okay,
Go
here we
first,
go.
buddy. You
We are
started off,
doing an
buddy.
impromptu fucking sisters ranking.
Oh God.
What
Oh,
the
no.
fuck?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm
We
leaving
are
the party.
going to start with we are going to start with the worst of the worst.
Oh, the
You
worst
make
of the
your
worst.
judgments on how we are judging them, looks, appearance, attitude, whatever. You make your
Okay.
judgments, but
Is
we are
there no? Is
starting
there
with
is there a defined one? Like,
we
can
are
we guess
starting
and
with
you'll
the
tell
worst.
us?
Would you like Oh, would you like to guess the order? We have 5 of them.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
No,
Just
I
start
want to
saying
guess
the-
what they're
just start
ordered
saying them.
on after
This
you
is
do
some
it.
Jeffrey
Okay.
Dahmer shit.
Here we go, Fake Rat. Take it away with number 5.
All right, well, let's just say
Just number 5.
one of the smallest of the group in our group chat. He is a midget.
Oh, Pussy has a sister?
He has a fat sister coming in
Oh,
at number
no.
5.
I didn't know
Who
that
says
either.
fat
Anybody
sister?
got a picture?
Oh, God.
I have a picture. I have
Oh,
plenty
Fat
of
please look
pictures.
for a
sister.
You guys
picture.
are weird, man.
Fat
Yeah,
sister.
There's a
That's
reason I
graphic, bro.
haven't sent a picture.
You know, this
guys
would have been a
are
good segment
weird.
if you had pictures of all of them.
No,
so
it
I
wouldn't.
can
That'd be
see
even
them.
weirder.
Yeah, where's the
This-
slideshow? What the fuck?
Yeah, we need to see these girls. Jesus.
You guys are creepy.
Zach, I want to do the third one.
Okay,
Okay.
number 4.
Moving on to number 4. Slap
You go,
buddy, we
let's
didn't
go.
forget you had a fucking sister who had a fucking
Son of a
abortion,
bitch.
buddy. We
Son of a
fucking
bitch.
remembered her. We don't
Yeah,
forget
I need
you
another
had the
one.
I think I
unbiased
know why
rankings
she's
of
that
Zach
4 for
10K.
the emotion, for the emotional state. I think that's why she was put
Uh-huh.
at number 4. Okay, I understand that.
Number 3, Fake Crack. Go ahead.
Well, she's the best streamer in her family.
Oh,
Oh, oh,
Ashley Guggs at 3.
Yep.
Wow.
Ashley Guggs at
I
3.
mean,
That
Pussy would
leaves
have her
only
number 1.
Number
That
2, you
leaves
go,
only
Zach. Take
the
it away.
2 big dogs left. The 2 big
The
dogs.
The big
Jesus
dog.
Christ.
The big dogs. What order do you think they're in? Well, here you go. You're about to find out. At number 2, we have
Oh my God,
Lupita.
Ooh, at 2?
Lupita.
At
What
what about
number
Ernie's
2,
other sister?
Whoa,
she didn't make the rankings.
we have not seen a picture
Whoa,
of
the
that
other
yet.
sister's a lot better than Lupita.
Oh
I
my
thought
God, how
Lupita
do you
was
know
the
how they
hot
all
one.
look like?
How do you
Oh.
think,
Ants
golfer?
literally sent me a
Pusa's
picture
a creep.
today.
Pusa's a creep.
Of
and-
both of them?
Also, yeah.
Well,
I thought
it was
Lupita
of
was the hot
one,
one.
and Lupita was on the bottom. No, Lupita's a kid.
Oh, no shot.
No
Yeah.
shot. I need to see
No
that.
shot.
Oh,
No.
God.
That's cap. That's cap.
It's
All right,
not
so number 1 is Chloe.
You guys are weirdos.
Number
man.
1 is the closest I am
Temple
to. He is
University
for
art
Temple.
student.
You guys are weird.
Chloe.
You guys are
Chloe.
weird.
She would not even make my rankings.
Oh.
You guys realize she's like me.
And I haven't even seen what exactly.
Buddy,
that's why
that's
she wouldn't
fine.
even make my
Idiots.
rankings.
I
I'm
can
trying to
change
figure out
it,
what
buddy.
the ranking is.
I
The
can
ranking-
change it,
First,
It's a
I think it's a
retarded
mix.
ranking.
It's a mix of looks, emotional state, if they're
That's for
crazy,
you all to decide.
and
Oh, yeah,
also what
number-
pisses Cheese off. So they put her number 1 just to piss Cheese off, probably.
Buddy,
Okay.
At least I'm
All
not
right.
ginger.
Good luck to everyone in the final week.
Can
of the
we make
regular
a playoff
season on
prediction
a
here?
Great,
No.
great.
Can I make a playoff prediction?
Oh, yeah. You want to predict who's gonna win it all?
I want to predict who's going to win it all, and I
Okay.
want to
Yeah.
predict
Well, I'll
the
do that. Go
order.
ahead. Good idea. In
I
case we
think
don't have a show.
started off. Who is going to win it all? Let's see. I think my man Pook is going to win it all.
Wow.
His team is
Okay.
just miles
No
ahead of
zombie, no
everybody.
kryptonite zombie possibly there
And
to
then I
stop him.
think
Facts.
behind, I think Pook is going to have a tough battle between him and Slaps. Cheese
So
is
that
going
would
to
be
get
the
out in
final?
first round.
Kill yourself.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So
I'm
Poop
not
versus
saying
Slaps in
that.
the final. Wow.
Yes. I think Tyler is also going to go out in his first round.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
All right.
Good
So
Interesting.
the
work
1 and
from
2
there.
are one and done.
Just like last year.
Yep. They
Okay.
are one and done.
All right. Just like last year. You don't want the 1 and 2 seeds from last year.
And then
All
Kick
right.
Hunter, I agree with Kick
let's
Hunter.
see. Cheese.
So-
What's your prediction?
Picking myself. I'm getting that bye.
Okay.
You
Getting
think you're
that
gonna win it all?
bye. Joe Shiesty.
If you listen,
Joe
the bye's
Shiesty
big because
has
you only
not-
need 1 win to make the final.
Joe Shiesty has
So
not
two.
let me down once. Joe Shiesty will step up. Okay.
Okay. And who are you facing in the final?
In the final, can you go to the projected bracket?
I'm on. Oh my God! Really?
It makes it easier
Wait,
to
there's a
see.
projected bracket? I wanna see
Yeah,
this.
it makes it easier to see.
I want to see this.
Yeah, yeah. So I can see who I'm maybe facing.
So you'd be facing either
You'd
Tyler,
be,
Slap,
you'd be
Oh.
facing Slaps or
Ooh.
Hunter probably.
Yeah, go
All
to
right, I'll
check it
defeat
out.
Slaps to get to the final,
Lol.
where I will be facing.
Jesus.
Where I will be
Oh.
facing.
You're not reading the bracket right.
I'm
Well,
pretending
he's
I got the
assuming that
bye.
he's
I'm
getting
pretending I got the
he's
bye.
assuming he's
Oh,
getting the
okay.
And then
okay,
I
okay,
will
got
face, obviously, Pook in a Battle of Titans. Defeat him.
Okay.
Well, what fucking Titan are you? Are
Listen,
you the Titan
if you
of
won, if
Pusa?
you
10
won
and
the
3,
whole
10 and
thing,
3,
if
10
you
and
won the
3.
whole thing with that road, I would give you credit, Cheese, because that's a tough road to get past Slaps and then Pook in the final.
10 and
I'd give you
3.
credit for that. Okay. Let's see. Zombie, you have any input on who you think's winning it all? Since it's probably not you
Do
for the
not
first
see
time
you.
in 4 years or 3 years.
We don't care.
Wow, no prediction at all. Jesus. Okay.
Back on the
Slaps.
comeback.
I'm taking it. You're gonna take yourself.
Honestly, yeah. I think
Cool.
regardless of who gets the bye,
Uh-huh.
Nope.
it's whoever gets the
Oh,
bye is going to be
fuck.
playing either me or Hunter. I think I get through Hunter first round. I then
Okay.
play Cheese or Tyler in
Yeah.
round two
Well, wait, we're saying
and get through you.
We're saying Slaps
Okay.
couldn't fall from the 5th to 6th seed.
No,
He
I
could.
can't.
Probably
No,
not.
it's not.
He's gonna
only
win.
Pusa has to win though. Pusa has
Oh.
to win.
Well, yeah, but if Pussy wins and you lose, then he would.
Well, couldn't Pook
So
move
it's a
into
possibility.
the 4th
I can
seed?
only move in if I lose and Hunter wins.
Yes. So there's a
Um,
chance Pook
yeah.
could move up, and there's
So
a chance
seeds
Slaps
could
could move
change.
down.
We'll see. It's still a tough path.
Yeah.
But the way that I look at it right now is I don't think the standings will change for me and Hunter. Both of us will finish 4 or 5,
Okay.
which means I play either Tyler or Cheese in round 2, and I think I
Yeah.
get through them to reach the final. And
I
pick Pook
agree.
at that
Okay.
point.
Okay. And you're facing who? Pook in the
Pook,
final?
yeah,
Okay. Interesting.
and I win that.
All right. Let's see. Who am I forgetting? Fake Rat.
I already said
Oh, you
my
already
stuff,
made.
remember?
Zach, you have a prediction?
I do have a prediction.
Go ahead.
I don't know who's winning, but I do know who's losing in the fucking first
I
round, and it's
agree.
fucking Cheese.
not-
GG, buddy, you lost.
Okay.
10 and
Unlucky
3.
Cheese.
10 and
Unlucky.
3.
Listen,
10
I
and
will
3.
say if the standings stayed right like this and he had to face Bill in the first round, that would be a very scary one for Cheese.
Well,
I
no, it's a
think.
win-win because either Bill wins and I get the bye, or Bill loses and I don't face him.
GG, Cheese, you
So
lost.
I actually cannot face
That's
Bill.
true.
Oh yeah, that is true.
I
Well,
actually
that's good
cannot
for you.
face
Then.
Bill.
That's good for you.
Well, Bill could get the candy face Bill.
I'd have to lose to
Well,
Zach.
if Bill wins, he could move up to the.
Bill
I will
has
make
Bill
a
has points
proposition
4.
for Hunter.
Bill
No,
has
no.
points
If Bill
4.
loses,
I would have to lose to Zach.
no.
I
If
will make a
Bill loses and he
proposition.
Yeah,
keeps
Bill
the 7th
loses
seed.
and you
If
lose.
Bill,
you
if
know.
That's what I'm
Bill,
saying, we
Matt,
both
and Ernie
lose.
all lose.
I
Bill-
will give Cheese a proposition here.
Wait, is Ernie 7-6 or Cheese
If
7-6?
Cheese wins his first round, he gets $50.
Pussy is 7 and 6.
Oh,
Well,
Okay,
it's
so
50.
if
Wait,
Ernie,
wait.
Matt, and Bill all
Wait,
lose, doesn't
time
Bill
out.
keep the 7th seed?
I would
want him
stay
to
as
make
a
a big,
7 seed,
big
yes.
proposition. Big
Mhm.
proposition. I have a big proposition here.
Okay, what? Hurry up.
If Cheese doesn't have to buy and has to play anybody and loses his first round, I will give him $50. But
Okay, why don't you just wait until next week so you know if he's gonna get the
True.
bye,
Yeah.
and
True.
then just make it then.
Is
then
there a
I'll
show
make a
next
big
week?
proposition.
Well, it depends how many people attend.
Big ones.
If we have enough, we'll do one.
This is. Who is Tayshaun Walker? Is he a bullpen guy?
Taiwan
Okay.
Walker.
No, he was
Or-
on the Mets.
No
He was a Mets
shot.
starter.
Pook.
No
Go
shot.
ahead.
Oh,
I think I'm gonna win, but if I had to pick anybody other than me, I
Uh-huh.
think Slaps would win.
Unlucky.
All right, I am going to say.
And I also want to say I'm very glad that I'm avoiding Slaps Hunter in round 2 because I don't think
Yes, that is a big.
that's a
matchup
very
there.
scary matchup, and I don't want to deal with that.
Yes. I do. I do like Bill's team and think it could make a run, but he's got to most likely be in the Pook side of the bracket. So I'm gonna say Pook makes the final versus Slaps, and I think Pook pulls it off, and I think
Oh,
Slaps is
shit.
gonna regret trading Pook the Chief stack, and I think the Chief stack is gonna go off in
We
the
have
final
three
and be
Important
the
picks
difference
here.
notice:
in
week
the matchup.
week
So I
16
think Pook
is
gonna win.
Dallas Philly, so points
Yeah, I know.
could be congested there.
Can I just make a comment
Pollard
on the?
versus AJ Brown and Hurts.
Can I just make
Nice.
a comment on that trade for
Yes.
Puka?
Sure. Go ahead.
You forget that he gave me a lot, and what
Yes.
he gave me wouldn't have got that Philly stack back.
I understand that.
So,
I'm not.
Which is
discre-
fucking dumb
hold on.
because Zombie took that, but he didn't take what
listen,
I offered.
I'm not
Yeah.
discrediting the other trades you made to get the Philly stack back. I think that's very good deal making by you. I just think when it comes down to that final week in the playoffs, in the final, if the Chiefs stack pops off huge because once you
Yeah,
get to that
possibly.
final week, none of the previous weeks matters. None of the previous Philly stack doing good matters. It got you to that point, but when you face him head on and if he pops off against you, then
Yeah,
you're just going to be regretting
but
doing that
but
deal
you have to
because
yeah
it defeats you in the
you have
end.
to remember
And
what
that's what
my
I think is
team
going to
you have
happen.
to remember what my team looked like with the Chiefs stat though. It was Mahomes, Chubb, Cordero Patterson, EK Metcalf,
Yes.
Jamar Chase,
Yes. Still pretty good.
Kelsey, and then Brandon Ayuk.
It's still good enough
That's
to
a good
get you
team.
to the
No,
final.
but I had
that's a
Patterson.
good team.
I had Patterson. Come
It's
on.
still good enough to. Okay, that's just one position. It's not like that's the
All
end
I
all be
know
all. You had
Who is
Kelsey
Harrison?
Mahomes can make
Are
up
better
for
than
that one
zombies.
position being weaker than it is now if they pop off and connect like they
And
have been all year.
Kelsey was shit
Yeah,
last
but then
week
you
too.
but then you've got the
Oh,
opportunity to do
Kelsey
that with
was
listen,
getting
Mahomes
his
and
shit
once again,
out of the
slaps,
way
slaps.
for
I'm
the
not saying that
playoffs.
you made
I
a bad
have a hot
trade.
take.
I'm not saying you made a bad trade. You didn't make a bad trade. I just think when it comes down to the end of the year, if you're facing Pook,
Mhm.
if his Chief stack pops off, then at that point, you were the one that gave him that stack
No,
that
you're
ends
right.
up
Yeah,
beating you. And that's
true.
what I'm saying. I'm not
I
saying you
have
shouldn't have
a
done the
big
trade now
hot take.
and you can't win it all. You could easily win it all.
I want to say something about the
By
trade.
the
I
way,
I have
think
the biggest
Lamar
hot take.
Jackson getting hurt helps Andrews more than Lamar Andrews
I
not getting
think
hurt.
I have a
Agree with
big
that.
hot take right here.
Yes,
I
favorite.
think by next year's league, Zombie will have a job.
by the way,
Whoa, now that is
Jeez.
a hot take.
Oh,
That
slow
is,
your roll.
that is a very hot take. Very hot
by
take.
the way, this is a PSA announcement.
Yes, Sonny.
I
It's a Mickey Mouse ring
I
this year.
will not be trading with Slaps next year. He was so
Ooh.
annoying to trade with this
Oh.
year.
Whoa.
Slaps was
Wow.
really easy to trade with
Okay.
when I had an
And
offer.
this is
Slaps was
recorded.
very easy to trade with.
I
Very
sent
easy.
Slaps two
All right.
offers. I took a nap, and then he accepted it when I was asleep.
Slaps annoying
Okay.
me too much
All right.
this year.
On
I'm
the
not
final
dealing
note
with
for
him
the
next
show,
year.
I'd like to make one PSA announcement, and we will end the show on this so you can stop the recording after this.
Look
Jeez.
at the Philly
I would
go
like to make
nuclear.
one PSA announcement just to put in everyone's heads. Fake Rat has attended one fantasy show this year in a league he's not even in. Hunter and
Let's
Matt
go.
combined have
I'm in
combined
the
for
next
0
Wow.
Let's
shows
go.
in the league.
Can I
this
can
year.
I just
Have a good
say
night, everybody.
can I just say
Whoa, Matt
can I just
Great
bullied.
staggle.
can I just
Should I
say
stop recording?
Technically,
there's a
Bill's a
reason
part of that